Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. And today I am continuing to work on my Collage Weekly Planner from Margarete Miller, and we are on week 29. And again, that's what it looks like. And Margarete Miller gives us random prompts to create a collage with. And again, I am trying to use up items from my stash, so I am not printing off anything new or going to the store and buying anything new. I'm just digging through my current stash of supplies and things in the house to try and complete these collages. And so for this week, our prompts are something that turns or spins. And of course, I thought maybe like some sort of game piece. And somewhere in my stash, I do have like this little spinner thing, but I could not find it. And so the next thing that I thought about was like, you know, the hands on the clock turn or spin. And I have a lot of different clock or ephemera. And so I did come across this sticker. And so I'm going to use that for something that turns or spins. The next one was a key or keys. And I ended up finding a sticker that has a key on it. And then I also, in case I wanted to use this, I stamped this rubber stamp that has a key on it. And this one is from, it's called AC Doocy. It's a really old stamp company, and to be honest, I'm not even sure if they still create stamps. Like I said, I've had this in my stash for a really long time. So, and it doesn't sound familiar as a company that's still in existence, but I'm sure you can maybe find it on eBay or at a rummage sale or a thrift store. So that was the rubber stamp in case I wanted to use that, or I have the sticker for the key. A ticket of any kind. And so I did pull out of my stash. I do have some digital tickets that I had left over from a past project. I think they were from Artie Maze. I have a little pile left of those. And so I did pull out a couple of those. I also have one that I rubber stamped a long time ago on a scrapbooking piece of paper. And so that was in my stash. And then I also found from Graphic 45 this little cut apart, and it had some like tickets for the railroad on there. So that would work also. So that was a ticket of any kind. And then the next was a portion of a brochure or advertisement. And I did find, when I was trying to pull out that key rubber stamp, I did find that I had these advertisement rubber stamps from Hero Arts. And I've never used them, so I thought it'd be fun to maybe try and use one of them in this collage. And so I did stamp them out and cut them out. I just stamped them on some scrap cardstock that I had. And so I did stamp those so I could use one or all three of those. And then the next one is a building. And so I was looking through, again, my grandma's scrapbook just to look for some sort of a building or a house. And I saw this one in there. And it's the post office. You can only see part of the word office behind there. And then they also had the little post box out there. So I thought, well, that would work for a place or a building. And then the next one is a place. So, I mean, I could consider the office, the post office, a place. Or I also came across this washi tape in my stash. I think it's some old Tim Holtz stuff. You know, and the place, maybe, you know, it says Coney Island on here. You know, they have some street addresses on here. So, I mean, that could be kind of a place, an address or whatever. So, so I have that I could also use on here. And I did pull out these tickets too that were from some scrapbooking paper, but they're kind of bright colored. And so I don't think I'm going to use them, but I do have them if I need something else on here. And so those are the items that are on here and for the prompts. And then I also grabbed out, I went through my scrap paper just because I figured I needed some sort of background because none of these were very large pieces. And I tried to find one that would close to being fit on here of my scrap paper. So I had this cardstock right here. And so what I was thinking initially in my head was if I put this down and then I maybe ran that washi tape across the bottom, that would work. So I think that's what I'm going to do for that. So I am going to use the washi tape down here at the very end when I glue it down. And so now I just need to do my layout. And again, I like to kind of start with some of my bigger pieces. And so if I do decide to use this one as my tickets, I can use that and maybe layer her on here some way. So I could go like that. So then I still have something that turns or spins, which I'm using the clock. You know, I could do that or put that up there. I could maybe layer something like this. Could maybe go like that. So something that turns or spins, the key or keys. So I do have this key, or I have the little sticker key. And then I also need to figure out some advertising. And I kind of like this one. It says Spring Fashions on it. So I think that for sure maybe is the one I want to choose to use on here. So I could maybe layer that kind of behind there. That would still kind of look somewhat cohesive. And then the key, you know, I could just put the key right there. I think that would look okay if I stuck that right there. And then if I put the washi tape across the bottom. And I'm trying to decide if I need to have any more tickets on here or not. This one's kind of cool because it actually is a railway ticket. And since there's the railroad, the train sitting there, I could maybe just put that right there. You know, I have tickets there and there. I think that would be okay. Just to use another random thing from my stash. And then, like I said, I would put the washi tape, or I could maybe just uniform, I could put washi tape across the bottom and the top. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll put the washi tape, I'll use it both across the bottom and the top. And so I think I'm going to call that kind of good for a layout. I think the only thing that I'm going to do is I will take my vintage photo ink and distress the edges of this advertisement. And then I'm also might go around the photograph also. I think everything else is dark enough that I don't need to do that. And so I will do that off camera and glue everything down and add the washi tape. And then I will come back to show you guys the finished layout. So I just finished laying everything out. I glued it all down and added the washi tape at the top and the bottom. And I'm kind of feeling like I maybe need to add one more element right here somehow. And so I did pull out one of those other advertisements that I showed you. And I think I'm just going to layer that right there. And I think that'll just help a little bit more with the layout. It just feels like it's too much in a row right there, too straight. So I just need to add one more little item or something right there. And so I'll do that real quick, and then we'll go over the final prompts to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So I think I like that a little bit better with just the one more little extra element added. And so again, something that turns or spins. We have the clock, the hands on the clock, turn or spin. A key or keys, so I had this little sticker right here of a key. A ticket of any kind, so I have a railroad ticket right here, and then there's also tickets on this piece. A portion of a brochure or advertisement, and so I have these two right here, which are both advertisements. This one's for a beauty shop, and this one's for Spring Fashions. A building, and so I do have for buildings, I do have this post office building right here in this photograph. And then the last place is the bonus is a place, and so I have a lot of different things on here that can be considered places. Again, the post office could be considered a place. The beauty shop could also be considered a place. I do have on the washi tape different areas that can be considered places like Times Square, Coney Island. And also if you look at the railroad or the train ticket, it does say like it says Spalding, Sheffield, Manchester, and back. So I mean those are also places. So that would also could be considered a place. So I was able to manage to do everything, including the bonus this week on the prompts, and I kind of like how this one turned out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, I appreciate everyone watching my videos, and also for those of you that leave comments. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully I will see all of you guys back next week for week number 30 of the Margarete Miller Collage Planner. And until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.